With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, Trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series fires for race number 11. We've only got tonight and next week at Phoenix before we set our championship grid. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls from Trackside. Track temperature right around 99 degrees here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. And we get ready to kick things off hot and heavy here tonight. Qualifying session already underway. So what do you say we get rid of that track information and start to run down some of your qualifying times over there to the left-hand side of your screen? Then you can see top of the speed charts for the moment. Pole position for now. That fast 49 of Ryan Bird looking to take the top spot. Bird with a quick time in qualifying. 39.09 is the fast time to beat. Shane White right there behind him. Dylan Walterman rounding out your top three. Thomas Green rounding out your drivers making a timed lap so far. 20 drivers scheduled to make a start here tonight at Michigan International Speedway as we get ready to kick things off here tonight for the Michigan 240. That's right, 240 miles around this track, 2 miles at a time. We've got 120 laps scheduled. First stage break will come at lap number 45, so drivers going to have a little bit of an early reset. If they've got the setups wrong, they're going to have to get their crew chiefs to fix them up and get them fired off back towards the front as the music begins to fade. The time follows along right off of the qualifying stopwatch. We're down to just 1 minute remaining here in qualifying from Michigan International Speedway in the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Who's going to snatch the pole position here tonight? We'll have to wait to see who grabs that pump and dump clothing company qualifying award here tonight. Jarrett Talmadge is going to snatch it away. Talmadge going to run a 38.90 now, the fast time in qualifying with only 30 seconds remaining. Mark Dingman, Patrick Hernandez, Dave Bush, Kerry Trebu, and Matt Mackin. Only drivers yet to put in a time lap, and it doesn't look like any of those are rolling off of pit road. So that's going to do it. That's going to be it for your qualifying here tonight in the Michigan 240, top of the speed charts with the quick time in qualifying, snatching the Pump and Dump Clothing Company pole award. The number 12 of Jared Talmadge with a 38.90. And, well, with that being said, I tell you what, race fans, we got ourselves a little bit of a moment. We're going to step away, head down trackside for your national anthem, get things set up and ready to go for your starting grid here tonight. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside as drivers make their way through final pre-race inspection. We'll see them all down there on the starting grid, ready to roll off of pit lane. The bells begin to ring. You know the sounds. You know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Michigan 240, starting inside row number 1, snatching the pole position in the Pump and Dump Clothing qualifying session. Top of the speed charts inside row number 1, the 12 of Jarrett Talmadge. Lining up just to his outside, rolling off in P to the 10 of Thomas Green. Mark Wright, Thomas Walter back in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, the 36 of Morris Bogan, followed by the 75 of Dylan Walterman. Isaac Shelley, Ryan Bird back in row 4. Row number 5 here tonight, the 17 of Adam Westfield and the 39 of James Watson. Aaron Kralik, Shane White making up row number 6. Row number 7 here at the High Banks in the Brooklyn Hills. You will find the 44 of Mariska Million and the 5 of Dakota Moniz. Sean Huffstutler and Kerry Trebu back in row 8. Row number 9 here tonight, the 53 of Dave Bush, followed by the 22 of Mark Dingman. Matt Mackin and Patrick Hernandez round out the 20-car field here tonight, and that's going to do it. That's going to be your starting lineup here tonight. For race number 11, the Michigan 240 ready to kick off. Pace truck down and away. Music fades away, and we get set to go into the Geico restart box for the first time. And here we go. Green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. Everybody up there to gears. Talmadge with a good jump on the gas, leading the race with Thomas Green just to his outside. I know, looks like we've got a little bit of a hiccup. A little bit of a mishap there. We'll try to keep this thing rolling right on along. Sounds like a few drivers with some trouble. And caution! Caution's going to fly early here tonight. Looks like a handful of drivers with some trouble. You can see Moniz, Huffstutler, Hernandez all with trouble. Let's go back. Let's check the replay. Oh, and there's the contact between the 94 and the 5. The contact between Dakota Moniz and Sean Huffstutler. That's going to bring the caution out for the first time here tonight. And I tell you what, having a little bit of technical issues here. We'll see if we can't get another look at it this one. And just arguing over real estate here on lap number 1, turn number 1, and into the outside wall goes that 94 of Huffstutler. And we'll rejoin the race once again live at the front of the field. Race leader, Thomas Green. That's a good way to snatch that top spot away. You can see Thomas Green started outside pole position. Jared Talmadge didn't get as good of a go on the initial start of the race. And, well, there you can see your poles that are now sitting back in second. And, well, just like that, under caution for the first time here tonight. So while we've got some time on our hands, why don't we go ahead and run down those point standings coming into tonight's race. Very key, very important here tonight because, as we've already mentioned, as we've already said, and a little bit of connection issues here with a lot of drivers. Seems like we're having a little bit of hang-ups. Try to get that sorted out, try to get that fixed up for you, get that all smoothed out. But as we were saying, tonight's race and next week, your final 2 points paying races in the regular season. We're going to have a short all-star break, and then we will kick things off at Pocono in just 3 weeks from now. So a driver's going to be championship running very, very soon. So why don't we get an eyeball on what that championship chase is beginning to shape up and look like. Championship standings coming into tonight's race. Ryan Bird leads everybody by 24 points. 29 points back. You can find Thomas Green, Isaac Shelley right there running in that second position overall point standings. But it's going to get interesting right around that 16th position or so, because there's some drivers outside of your top 16 that have race wins in their back pocket. Take Patrick Hernandez to be for one big example here. We'll scroll down through these point standings there. You can see Hernandez listed 19th in the point standings. He's got a race win in his back pocket. He is locked in. But it gets interesting right here around Bogan, Walterman, DeFilippis, Lewis, Walter, Moniz, Thornick, Kralik. All of those drivers very close on who's going to make it in and who's going to be on the outside, left in the cold, watching these drivers race for a championship. Ry Lewis not here tonight, so he's going to fall a little bit in the point standings. How about Gerald Duff and James Trammell, can they make any moves and get towards the front? How about Tom Sinchek? We haven't talked about Sinchek here tonight, listed 23rd in the point standings, but he's... And it looks like still having some of those issues. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, try to get this all worked out, fixed up, and figured out for you. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back, fixed up, tuned in, ready to go. Back, green flag racing after the first quick caution here tonight. Thomas Green has that race lead. We do apologize. We're going to have a little bit of a mishap for just a moment there. Got that all sorted out, straightened out, ready to roll. And here we go. But once again here, lap number 7 already on the board. Time and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Now going to roll out as it looks like we've got all of the gremlins, all of the demons fixed up and worked out, ready to go. A handful of these paint schemes still going to be reloading for us, so we do apologize for that. Sitting in second, Jared Talmadge, your pole sitter, looking to take that top spot back. Once again, Morris Bogan has had a great run of it over the course of the past handful of weeks, and there you can see sitting in third, now takes that second position away from Talmadge, and Bogan looking for the front. Bogan, Green, Talmadge, Walterman, and Walter round out your top 5 there. You can see that 57 North Star Designs machine up at the top of the racetrack. The Toyota Camry driver looking to have a good run at it. Thomas Walter running in that 5th position. Let's go back here with this battle raging on between a handful of drivers. Still looks like we're having some of those issues, some of those connection problems here tonight. Not sure what that's about, so we're going to try to get that fixed up. Still in the background for you. We do apologize. Sometimes some things out of our hands. You know how that goes. You know how the nature of the beast can be. 98 of Isaac Shelley looking to have a turnaround of a season here. In the last handful of weeks, he's had a lot of trouble in that Premier 98 Toyota Camry. And we've got another caution on the speedway. Yellow flag flies once again here tonight. Looks like Shane White has some trouble. So what do you say we jump back here, take a look, see what happened with this 69 machine there. You can see him very slow on the track. So let's go back. Let's check this replay. Let's see what brought out our second caution of the night here on lap number 10. going right across the nose. I believe that's Matt Mackin right there. And right across the nose, Shane White goes for a little bit of a spin. No harm, no foul. Didn't hit anything, so he'll keep his machine rolling. And we'll roll right back to the front of the field with race leader Thomas Green at his filtered time, number 10. He'll catch back up to the tail end of that Chevy Silverado pace truck, and we will slow things down to a crawl once again here at Michigan International Speedway. And, you know, there's a lot on the line in these next handful of weeks. I mean, tonight and next week, when we head to Phoenix International Raceway, those are the only two shots. Some of these drivers are pretty much in a must-win situation in order to get into that postseason, in order to have a shot at running for a championship. So a lot of these drivers on the outside looking in, even those drivers that are outside of your top 10, you take, for example, Morris Bogan running right there in second position. He's going to fake his way out of coming to pit road. The Nike Just Do It. Number 36 of Morris Bogan stays out on track. He'll stay in that second position. A handful of drivers do come down to pit road. About 3 of them do come for service and attention of the crew. But as we were alluding to, Bogan sitting about, I believe it is 11th in the point standings, but he doesn't have a race win, so he's not necessarily safe. Safe enough, but safe enough isn't always the place that you want to be, because you got to remember, without that race win to lock yourself in, you've got 2 drivers outside of your top 16 that have race wins in their back pocket that are going to catapult them into that championship here in just a short 3 weeks when we fire things off at Pocono. So some of the drivers inside of your top 10, take for example Max Fauner running inside of the top 5 in the point standings. He's yet to get to victory lane. Martin Morales, he's yet to get to victory lane. How about Adam Westfield? He hasn't seen victory lane. Maurice Gombillion, he hasn't seen victory lane either. So although we've got 8 different race winners, if we get a new race winner these next 2, that's going to be 10 different race winners, 10 drivers locked in. So things going to get pretty interesting over the course of tonight's race and next week's race, the final regular season race at Phoenix International Raceway. So I mean, it's gonna get good. Strategies may come into play here. One of these drivers on the outside looking in, are they willing to throw the kitchen sink at it? Are they willing to roll the dice and try something a little different in order to possibly get them a race win? Will we see fuel mileage come into play here tonight? Michigan International Speedway has been known to produce a handful of fuel mileage races, but here with 2 quick successive cautions, lap number 13 on the board will drop lap 14 when we get the green flag. Drivers able to save a little bit. Handful of drivers to pit road already. Kralik, White, Mackin, all to pit road, so they've got more fuel than the rest of the field. They're going to be able to extend it just a little bit. So a lot going on here in stage number 1 as the field makes their way halfway down the backstretch. We'll head to turn number 3 and get ready to refire here from Michigan. Your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award winner here tonight. Gonna restart in third. Can Talmadge parlay things into another podium finish? We'll have about 107 laps or so to find out. Back in the restart zone again, and on the gas late in the restart box. The 10 fires off, fires away, and he's gonna bring Talmadge right on by in the Fruity Pebbles. Yabba Dabba Doo, number 12. Talmadge takes back that second position. Bogan gonna fall to third. Side-by-side battle for fourth into turn number 1. Ooh, got a fast one up on the high side, man. Getting it. Who is that masked man? I believe that's the 55 of Mark Wright. Yes, it is the 55 of Mark Wright, making some moves from the top now to the bottom. He's going to go inside the 49. I believe that's the 49. Yes, it is. That's the 49 of Ryan Bird falling through the field. Isaac Shelley right there with James Watson. Watson with a fine run over the course of the past handful of weeks. He's looking to make his way into the championship. Ooh, almost 3 wide there. We were trying to hold our breaths for a moment, and we do apologize about that. Had us a little, I don't want to say worried, but had us a little like, ooh. Things beginning to sort themselves out just a little bit here for us as Thomas Green leads Morris Bogan. Jared Talmadge right there in third. He's going to be under fire. Oh, we got a big run on the outside by Dylan Walterman in that 75 Monster Energy Alpine Stars machine down on the bottom of the racetrack. Newcomer. Last week was his debut, and he is backing up last week's great run with another fine start to tonight's Michigan 240. Looking to the inside of Talmadge. We'll go 3 wide off of 2. 3 wide off of turn number 2 as we've got a 3-car battle for second. We got a side-by-side battle for the top spot. Bogan looks to the bottom of the racetrack. He looks for the race lead. Walterman looks like he's able to clear Talmadge, and he's going to go side-by-side now with that 7 crossover as Bogan takes the race lead, and we'll make it official at the line, and Bogan will lead that lap. And again, to all the race fans out there in TV land, we do apologize for any of the hang-ups and hiccups here tonight. Some things just kind of out of our control, so we'll just continue to roll on best we can here from Michigan International Speedway. Back of the race lead, Thomas Green drops down to the bottom of the racetrack, tries to cover that run from Trebu as Trebu looks for second. Bogan gonna go to the top, and here we go. Knotted up at the front. Walterman forces his way by. Ooh, very close racing action here between a lot of different drivers. Throw them under a blanket. You've got 5 or 6 of them all over each other right here. Adam Westfield's up in the mix now, looking for a position 3 wide just in front of him. Top spots, though, beginning to sort themselves out as we work our way down the backstretch and towards turn number 3 on lap number 18. Kerry Trebu takes the top spot away, and we have a new race leader. But once again, here from Michigan International Speedway, our 4th leader of tonight's race already in just 18 laps. So it is getting there is one thing, holding that position is another. And again, we have some of those hang-ups right around that front stretch area. So we do believe there may be some issues with some of the cameras on that side of the racetrack. We'll try to see if we can't figure anything else out to sort that out. Thomas Green going to make a big move to go around Trebu. Trebu's beginning to fall back now. 3-4 drivers, 5 make their way by, and he may have hit the wall. The momentum definitely stalled for that 7 of Trebu as now Mark Wright to his inside. Oh my gosh, that's close. Talmadge fading as well. Talmadge all the way back to 8th. 3 wide with Trebu at the top. $19 in the bag, 20 on the board, 101 laps remaining here tonight in the Michigan 240. Everybody skating, sliding all over this track. Positions up for grabs at the front, positions up for grabs in the mid, and positions up for grabs in the back of this pack as now Thomas Green begins to separate himself. Biggest race lead of tonight, half a second advantage for Thomas Green over Thomas Walter and Adam Westfield. Check out that 17 of Adam Westfield down there on the bottom of the racetrack. We've got North Star Designs against North Star Designs. Who's going to win it? I bet you North Star Designs. Teammates side by side working their way off of turn number 2. They've got Ryan Bird right behind him, and there's that fast 98 of Isaac Shelley. He's got his race turned around here. I believe that new Fanatec wheel in the house for Shelly. That may have something to do with it off of that controller. If you remember, race fans, Shelly unfortunately had some wheel problems and issues, was waiting on a brand new wheel and tried to tough it out. Trying to be tougher than woodpecker lips and run with for us to be dealing with here. So we do apologize for it. A lot of different possibilities, so we'll try to work through them here. As drivers continue around this track, we'll continue to try to get things worked out in the background for you. Working on things in the background, trying to get everything taken care of. We do apologize about the issues and technical problems here tonight. But as always, thanks for sticking it out. Thanks for staying with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series live from Michigan International Speedway. It's the Michigan 240. Gonna try to let the cameras all come back online. Once again, we do apologize for some of the issues and some of the problems. Some things, unfortunately, just out of our hands, so we'll have to just continue to try to soldier on here tonight. As soon as we get those live feeds back up to you, we'll bring you back trackside. And we'll see if this doesn't have it all fixed up for you, race fans. Once again, we do apologize about the mishaps and the problems here tonight. Working lap number 26, Adam Westfield at the front of the field. He was able to run down Thomas Green and take that top spot away. So yet another new race leader. That's going to be our 5th different race leader here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Thomas Green right there in second. Third place belongs to Ryan Bird, Thomas Walter, Dave Bush, Isaac Shelley. Sits in 6th. Here comes that 53 of Bush, up 13 positions from where he qualified from. That man is on a move. That man is on a mission, and he is heading to the front of this field. And what a run here tonight for Bush as we got 30 wide once again heading into turn number 1. 3 wide into turn 1. Shelley at the bottom. Bush in the middle with the 57 at the top of the track. Walter going to give up that position as now Thomas Green. He's having some connection issues, some electrical problems, so a lot of bugs out there plaguing a handful of drivers here tonight, not just us in the production booth. There may be a little bit of issues here at Michigan International Speedway tonight. We'll see. We'll try to put in some calls and see if we can't get some tech guys in the background making sure everything is worked out properly, and it looks like we're getting thumbs up from everybody in the booth with us here, so we're gonna have to wait and see if that's if everything stays together for us. We hope so. Want to bring you some great racing action here from Michigan International Speedway. But while you're here, while you're at it, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Use on the track, trying to stay with it as much as we can. And again, we do apologize, race fans. And it looks like, yes, definitely some connection issues and problems over on the iRacing side of things. So we're going to take a brief commercial break. Once again, we'll try to get this all sorted out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we're going to cut to commercial break and get right back to the racing action. Once again, we do apologize to all the race fans watching, tuning in around the globe for some of the technical problems here tonight. Internet issues sometimes can catch us out. Everything seems to be good and working on our end. Everything seems to be good and working on the iRacing end. So we'll try to just fight this one throughout the night here. A little bit of gremlins inside the PC. We're afraid, but nonetheless, Thomas Green back to the top spot, but he's got Adam Westfield looking to the inside. We are just a handful of laps away from our very first stage break. We'll get that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Once again, let you follow along. Look for your favorite race driver here on track. Looking down to the inside is Thomas Green. He's going to take that top spot back away. Talmadge, Bush, and Bird riding and rounding out your top five. Isaac Shelley right there running in sixth. Thomas Walter in seventh. Aaron Kralik sits in eighth. Ninth place belongs to Patrick Hernandez. Dylan Walterman, last driver inside of the top 10. We've got more battles out there. Tell you what, let's go back here. James Watson, Mark Dingman, Maurice Chameleon, Mark Wright, all battling for position on track. That's going to go from about 12th place all the way through 15th. And look at the drivers that are back here. We've seen Mark Wright up near the front of this field earlier here tonight. James Watson was up inside of the top 10 at one point in time. And how about the man running in 11th? 11th place position right now. The 36 of Morris Bogan. He had the race lead for a handful of laps, and he has fallen and faltered all the way back to that 11th position. Dylan Walterman looking to regain some pace here tonight. He's looking to get himself a little further back up through the field and back inside of your top five. We'll jump back to your top 5 or 6, and look at this, 3 wide for second as we cross the line. Lap number 39 goes on the board. Still 3 wide for that second position man out front. Thomas Green trying to keep his filtered time. Number 10 at the front of the field. Jared Talmadge looks to take back his starting position. Your pole coming up in just a short 4 laps as we cross the line this time around. Lap number 42 goes on the board. Jared Talmadge back at the point. Your pole sitter here tonight looks to walk away with the stage win and some stage points. Can Talmadge parlay this thing into a race-winning performance? If he does, he's going to have himself a pretty good amount of bonus points to roll into that first round of the playoffs with, so make no mistakes about it. He's pedaling that thing, not Flintstone style, but he's got the fruity pebbles all over that 12 Chevy Z01 Camaro, front of the field. Off of turn number 4, back through the tri-oval. Lap number 43 goes on the board, and we've got 2 laps to go. Side-by-side battle for that third position. We'll check this one out. We'll watch this one unfold. We'll keep our eye on the distance between Talmadge and Green. Front of the field with Talmadge still leading Thomas Green. Dave Bush sits in third. Adam Westfield back in fourth, and Thomas Walter rounding out your top 5. How about the run, though, through the field for Dave Bush? That man sitting in third position, up 14 positions from where he qualified here tonight. All the way back in 17th, now running in third and looking for some solid points to end stage 1. Lap 44 on the board. And we will be seeing the stage ending caution here very momentarily. And a great race, great run here tonight. 2 quick cautions slowing the field down at the beginning of tonight's race, but we have held it clean and clear ever since then. Lap number 45 now goes on the board. We'll see that Simbox store caution flag fly once again here to signify the stage break. Check out Isaac Shelley packing it down into the corner, man, looking for a position, looking to take that 4th spot away. Not quite going to get it off of turn number 2 yet, and we stay green flagged halfway down the backstretch. Bush looking to take that 2nd position away. Not going to quite get there just yet. We'll run through 3 and 4 for the final time here in this opening stage, and Bush going to look to the bottom. He's going to look to the bottom. Does he get it? Does he get it? Not going to get it at the line. Talmadge leads Thomas Green and Dave Bush across the line, and there you have it. There's your caution flag to end stage number 1. It's time for the Simbox stage break. Drivers will be using their button boxes to make their strategy a reality in a matter of moments, giving themselves a little bit of an edge over their fellow competition and fellow racers. Get yours. You really push our buttons. And with that being said, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, try to work on some things in the background for a moment, see if we can't figure out what seems to be the issue here tonight. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We will be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
And we'll jump back trackside as we get set to go green flag racing here. Gonna start off the second half of tonight's race, or second portion, I should say. Stage number 1 now in the bag. Your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award winner walked away with the stage win as well. Jared Talmadge in that 12 machine. It will start a little bit behind the 8 ball. Gonna start right there. Second car in line, outside row, ready to go, and on the gas. Dave Bush brings us back to the green flag here at Michigan International Speedway. The Michigan 240 well and underway. Bush leading green, Talmadge, Westfield, and Walter taking over that 5th spot. How about Kralik? We haven't had a chance to talk about the tied car so far here tonight. There you can see that 01 of Aaron Kralik fired up around the outside, running in that 6th position. He's got a handful of drivers all tucked in line all around him, looking to take positions away, looking to grab some spots throughout this field. Dylan Walterman, Maurice Chameleon making a charge towards the front. Chameleon now running in that final spot inside of the top 10. Thomas Green down to the bottom of the racetrack, right up next against that apron. And he's going to take the top spot away from Dave Bush. And I'm telling you, it looks like a super speedway race out there. Drivers all over each other here on lap number 51 out of the 120 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. We'll go 3 wide for a moment, with Talmadge being the meat and the sandwich from in the middle. He's going to fall now to the bottom of the racetrack and look to dig back at least one of those 2 positions that he just lost last time through 3 and 4. Field making their way to turn number 1. Everybody going to fly right on by, and we'll keep things wound up here at Michigan International Speedway. There you can see the majority of the field all tucked in line, running with each other. Look at them all work off of 2, flying by the backstretch. Everybody into turn number 3. Everybody looks to be clean and clear. No issues for anybody out there tonight. Some quick caution slowed things down to begin tonight's race, but since everybody has been clean and clear of trouble here tonight, we'll cross the line and begin to work our way back towards turn number 1. Field goes flying by. We'll go back to the battle at the front of the field. Thomas Walter leads Thomas Green, with Dave Bush under fire now from that 2 of Patrick Hernandez. Hernandez looking to gain a position. The 17 of Adam Westfield, he wants a podium spot as well. Close 3-car battle back behind them. Jared Talmadge still up in the mix. Aaron Kralik, Patrick Hernandez in the 2, sitting in that 6th position. That's a close, tight-knit battle amongst all of these drivers inside of your top 6 or 7. Close battles around that spot for the 10th position. There you can see James Watson, Maurice Chameleon, and Morris Bogan all fighting for it. Can Bogan get that Nike 36 back at the front? Bogan led a handful of laps, mired back in traffic right here as we work our way off of turn number 2, and Chameleon finds himself alone on the bottom. And just when we say that, he's going to tuck right back in line, get himself a little bit better of a run through 3 and 4, and we have those technical issues still plaguing us here tonight. We do apologize, race fans, once again, but only some things are within our realm of being able to tackle here tonight. Thomas Walter takes that top spot away, and we have a new race leader at the front once again. Nose to tail, your top 2 drivers as we work our way around the track. Lap number 55 on the board, 56 when we cross the line this time around. So already moving in on the halfway point here tonight. Drivers definitely ready to roll. Drivers definitely ready to make their way into the championship run. We've got 2 more nights to figure it out. We've got tonight and next week's race at Phoenix International Raceway to determine who will run for a shot at a championship. Driver's going to have a 1-week layoff, though, in between regular season racing and championship racing, as we're going to fire things off for the All-Star race here in just 2 short weeks with the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Track Racer, an important and integral part of this series, coming on board this year as the title sponsor for the series. Track Racer has the cutting-edge design and engineering to give you the competitive edge over your competition, offering race rigs, flight simulators, monitor stands, accessories, and now even offering wheels direct from SimCube. Track Racer has everything you need to begin or complete your racing rig today. Hit them up if you're looking for some great components. TrackRacer.com. At the front, Aaron Kralik takes the race lead. The 01 Tide Machine makes a clean pass. Pun intended, yes indeed. The 01 goes to the front of the field. He'll lead Thomas Walter and Thomas Green to turn 3. Jared Talmadge starting to make his way back up inside the top 5. There you can see him battling with Dave Bush. That's going to be 5th and 6th on the racetrack. Patrick Hernandez not too far off of him. There you can see that number 2 lurking in the background as now Talmadge tries to move in on Westfield. Westfield and Walter right there, nose to tail. The 2 Star Designs drivers running 3rd and 4th on the racetrack. Kralik at the bottom, Green in the middle. We've got a who's who. We've got to sort things out right here. 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, all over each other, all the way back down to 8th. Short little gap from 8th back to 9th position. We'll go back here and watch this battle unfold between the 39 of Watson and the 44 of Maurice Gamillion down there on the bottom of the racetrack. Morris Bogan trying to make him position up and get himself back into the top 10. Lap number 60 goes on the board now. Aaron Kralik is your race leader. Thomas Green, Adams rounding out your top 5. There are drivers all over each other, all over this field here tonight. And it looks like we've got some more of those troubles, some more of those problems here. So we'll continue to try to run this thing on out as best as we can. And once again, we do apologize for all of the trouble here tonight. Unfortunately, not a whole lot that we can do about it on our end. Still trying to make sure everything gets worked out and everything is right. And just like that, it's back. So it's a night. We'll just leave it at that. It is definitely a night for us here in the production booth. Just seems like gremlins keep on rearing their ugly head here tonight, unfortunately for us in the booth, and unfortunately for you race fans at home trying to follow along with all of the great racing action here in the NAISCC Cup Track Racer Cup Series. These North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge drivers laying it all out there on the line. Aaron Kralik still leading Thomas Green, Adam Westfield back in 3rd, and that's where the Hornet's Nest lays Thomas Walter all over Dave Bush. Jared Talmadge, your pole sitter, your stage winner right there, running in the 5th and 6th spot, depending on where you are at one time on the track. Oh, a little bit of contact. A little bit of contact with the outside wall for that 57 of Thomas Walter. Doesn't scrub too much speed, so thankfully enough for Walter, he'll keep things wound up and he'll stay in that 6th position, but he's going to have to worry about Hernandez and Walterman right behind him. trying to check in on a handful of drivers, and it looks like we have a few drivers out of tonight's race. 2 drivers relegated to the garage area. Looks like Matt Mackin and Dakota Moniz have trouble, and both of those drivers will be listed out of tonight's race. Sean Huffstetler, he's had some issues and connection problems as well here tonight. The 94 listed 24 laps down, but still out there on the track trying to run and get everything that he can get here tonight. We've got 18 drivers left on the track with just 17 on the lead lap. Aaron Kralik leads them all, showing the way, leading Thomas Green, Terry Talmadge, Adam Westfield, and Dave Bush at the front. And we are knocking on the door of 20 laps into this run. When will drivers have to make their way down pit road for a green flag pit stop? Working their way off of turn number 2. There you can see your pole sitter here tonight. He's starting to make his way back into those top 3 positions, back to a podium spot. And if the last 2 to 3 weeks is any indication, you better look for that Fruity Pebbles machine in the post-race interview rooms, because he is fast and he is dialed in and he is focused, trying to get himself into a championship contending position. Now to the inside of Westfield. Talmadge looking to take that 3rd spot away. Dave Bush tucked in line as Hernandez loses 2 positions that time into turn 1. And I tell you what, we haven't been to any of our onboard camera shots. Let's jump on board here, riding with the 17 of Adam Westfield. You see Dave Bush just to his inside. There's that 53 puking out into the foreground, just to the left-hand side of Adam Westfield. Great camera shot here inside of Westfield's machine. We'll jump back to Morris Bogan. Bogan also carrying one of our onboard camera shots here tonight, carrying the board front view. Bogan looking to the inside of the million. That's going to be 10th and 11th on the speedway. We'll jump back outside of the car. Almost pounding that outside wall, man. Big time trouble there. 69 of Shane White almost into the outside wall. James Watson looks to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll put his Ford Mustang up and around White, as White gonna fall back to 14th position. We've got some positions changing hands. Isaac Shelley involved in a 3-car battle here with Bogan and Gamillion. These drivers all mixing things up off of corner exit. We'll take a look off of the tail end of Isaac Shelley here. We're going to see Bogan starting closing into the fourth run on the top. They'll look to the bottom of the racetrack and down to the inside, down to turn number 3. Heading down into turn 3, there you can see Bogan with the run. Does he take that spot away? No, we'll stay side by side through the center exit. Everybody's still clean and clear here since the drop of the green flag to restart tonight's race after the Simbox Store caution flag flew on to lap number 45 to signify the stage break. Knocking on the door of a 35-lap run here. Driver's going to be eyeballing pit road. I would expect to see green flag pit stops here in the next 5 to 10 laps. I'm going to say these drivers are going to be hitting pit road right around lap number 75. That should give them just enough to get to the end of tonight's race. We'll have to wait to see if that holds out to be true, but for the time being, Kralik still shows the way. Kralik leads Green, Talmadge, Westfield, and Bush. Rounding out your top 5. Close in 6th place, Thomas Walter, Patrick Hernandez. Right there, there's a crew of Toyotas up inside of your top 10. 4 of them, 5 of them inside of your top 10. Well, fastest Ford on the field is that 36 of Morse Bogan sitting back in that 12th position, so it's a field dominated by the bow ties at the front. Kralik and Talmadge showing the way for the Chevys. Close, hard-fought battle right around that 3rd, 4th, 5th position. There you can see Talmadge, Green, Westfield, Bush, Walter all over each other. You might as well go ahead and include all the way back in 8th position right here. There you can see holding on to the tail end of this lead pack is the 75 of Dylan Walterman. As though it looks like Westfield may have some trouble. Adam Westfield with some trouble. He's going to go slow on the speedway. And he's going to fall to that 8th position. He's going to have to be careful. You don't want to lose the draft, but I think it's already said and done. It's over for Westfield. He is not going to be able to maintain pace here. He's going to give him a ton of time to Dave Bush, who has stepped away. Still on the tail end of Dylan Walterman for 6th. Meanwhile, back at the front of the track, your race leader Aaron Kralik will cross the line. Lap number 73 now goes on the board. And as we are down to less than 50 laps to go, what do you say, race fans? Why don't we run down some driver highlights and spotlights while we have a moment? Man at the front out of Orlando, Iowa, getting the job done to that tide 01. Aaron Kralik shows the way. Jared Talmadge, your Bumping Up Clothing Company qualifying award winner, your stage 1 winner. He's got that 12 Fruity Pebbles machine wound up, running well once again for the 2nd week in a row. Can Talmadge move any further? He sits in 2nd. Man running in 3rd in that familiar pink and white filter time, number 10. He's led a handful of laps here tonight, but for the moment stuck in that 3rd position out of Douglas, Massachusetts. Thomas Green rounds out your podium position. Still in the mix, still involved in heavy battles. The Roanoke, Virginia native Thomas Walter right here running in that North Star Designs 57 Toyota Camry. He's sitting in 4th. Patrick Hernandez under fire now. Will Hernandez be able to keep that 5th position away? And I don't think he's going to be able to do so as Hernandez fights for 5th. We got 6th and 7th all over each other right here. Let's go take a look now at the man that he's battling hot and heavy with. The Alpine Stars Monster Energy number 75 of Dylan Walterman. Almost contact there with Dave Bush, and Walterman will stumble for a moment and now look to retake that 5th position. Dave Bush, what a run up through this field, man. Great job here tonight. Dave Bush gonna sit in that 7th position, up 10 spots from where he qualified tonight. So a great run by that 53. And last but not least, the driver that has gained the most positions here tonight, up 14 spots from where he qualified. Started shotgun Sally. That's right, tail end of field. The Texas native out of Fort Worth getting the job done here tonight. Will Patrick Hernandez be able to get up through the running order a little further? Can he capture a top 5? Can he capture a podium? We've got a long way still to go here to find out, but that is your driver highlights and spotlights as we work under 45 laps to go. And as crazy as it seems, as crazy as it sounds, as long as we continue to just jump all over the track here, it looks like those gremlins not able to set themselves in on us. So we're going to continue to try to bring you all of the great racing action that we can from all over the racetrack here tonight at Michigan International Speedway in the Michigan 240. You're watching the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Dave Bush still trying to close in on Thomas Walter and Patrick Hernandez. That's 5th, 6th, 7th on the racetrack. We're going to jump back a little bit further on the field. Let's go back here. Let's watch Ryan Bird and Isaac Shelley go at it. They've closed in on Adam Westfield. Westfield dropping 2 seconds behind that lead back here, so your top 7 have stepped away. And what was looking like a super speedway race for a handful of laps has now begun to calm down into a handful of smaller battles. We've got the battle we're watching right here on screen. For Ryan Bird, Adam Westfield, Isaac Shelley, Maurice Gamillion, these 4 drivers all mixing things up here. That's going to be from 7th all the way to 10th position, make that 11th. And got themselves a little bit of a buffer zone over Morris Bogan. There you can see that Nike machine just off in the background, off in the distance. We've got this battle. We've got the battle at the front of the racetrack as well. Aaron Kralik, Jared Talmadge, and Thomas Green have stepped away, separated themselves by just over 2 seconds. So a 3-car battle at the front of the field with just 41 laps remaining. Dylan Walterman, Thomas Walter, Dave Bush, Patrick Hernandez, yet another 4-car scrum. So we've got a 3-car, 4-car, 4-car pack on the track, all running for positions as Morris Bogan tries to run down Adam Westfield. James Watson falling a little bit to the wayside. Then you can see Watson 2.4 seconds back behind Bogan. So your top 12 beginning to look a little more clear. And we'll continue to jump around the track, continue to try to jump to some of the great battles here at Michigan International Speedway. When will we see these drivers hit pit road? We said that they were going to be to pit road somewhere around lap number 75. Well, they've went another 6 laps since then. They're definitely going to have enough fuel to make it to the end of tonight's race when they do eventually hit their green flag pit stops. And it looks like we've got some takers. 2 Fords come to pit road together. Morris Bogan and James Watson come for fuel and tires. Talmadge was able to regain the race lead. He's going to take that top spot away once again from Aaron Kralik, as now Dave Bush heads to pit road. Thomas Green still sitting in 3rd. Dingman, Trebu, and White to pit road this time around. So indeed, those green flag pit stops are underway. There you can see Bogan making his way back off of the apron and back up to speed. Unfortunately, I do believe he is going to be listed 1 lap down. Unfortunately, falling a 1 lap down to your race leader. There's Jared Talmadge making his way off of turn number 4 back across the line. Lap 83 goes on the board. We are now down to just about, I believe, 11 drivers left on the lead lap mark right in that 55 Guinness Chevy Z01 Camaro, listed as the last driver on the lead lap, as Talmadge, Kralik, and Green make their way halfway down the backstretch. Dylan Walterman starting to slowly pull away from Thomas Walter and Patrick Hernandez. There you can see Morris Bogan, those fresh tires on that Nike 36, and look at him just chop it up, slicing his way back towards the front of the field. Got a little bit to go before he can put himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way, but was the undercut the way to go? Did he wait long enough? Did he go too soon? We don't know. We're going to have to watch to find out. Lap number 84 now underway. Oh, the 10. The 10 of Thomas Green into the outside. That top spot away. And again, we've got some troubles. Oh, frustrations. It is not a clear enough picture. Those words do not describe the amount of frustration inside of the production booth right now as we run around the track. Lap 85 underway. Bogan still trying to take the top spot away. And it looks like we've got those problems once again. So we're going to step away for yet another commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage.
Now we're going to stop the commercial break and jump right back to it. Got things going back once again here. Handful of laps have passed since we last joined you on the track, now running at the front of the field, extending the green flag run and heading to pit road, this time by the 55 Guinness machine of Mark Wright. But we continue to lose laps here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, and a tough break for a lot of different drivers here as we now find ourselves in a little bit of a holding pattern, trying to get things back underway, trying to get things back going. And again, just issues plaguing us here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. A tough night for us here in the booth. We're going to see if we can't get this worked out one final time here tonight. We're going to go through some things in the background as we leave the race sponsor up on the track, up on the screen for you. We're going to continue to try to work through the problems in the background. Once again, race fans, we do apologize for the technical issues and problems. We're going to continue to try to work through them over here on our side, try to get you running with the race here tonight at the Michigan International Speedway. The Michigan 240 well and underway, or already moving just over that 100 lap threshold. So we are down to just about 20 laps to go here tonight for Michigan International Speedway in race number 11 for the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Big shout out to all of our sponsors: North Star Designs, Butt Kicker, Pump and Dump Clothing Company coming on board this season, as well as the Simbox Store, and of course our title in series sponsor Track Racer here with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Trying to see if we can't get these cameras back up and back online here at Michigan International Speedway. Bear with us just a handful of more moments. We do apologize again, race fans, and once again, we appreciate you sticking it out with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Sometimes, as we've said, things just don't necessarily mesh well together, and something not quite meshing well for us here tonight with the action at the Michigan International Speedway. So we'll try to rejoin the track, try to rejoin the action here. A little bit late, a little bit behind in the lap count, but we'll get things sorted out and figured out for you. We'll get you a great finish to tonight's race. As again, you can hear the cars coming to life in the background, so you know we've rejoined the race. Back at the front, leading once again, is Aaron Kralik. That 01 of Aaron Kralik has the race lead. There you can see he's got himself a 3.6 second advantage over Isaac Shelley. Ryan Bird running in the third position. We'll get the timing and scoring back up to the left-hand side of your screen for you here in just a short moment. Try to get that back going for you as well here. Wanted to make sure everything was going to stay together for us. It looks like everything indeed still. Another connection lost. So we'll continue to try to fight these demons, but with just 20 laps to go, I'm not quite sure we're going to be able to work this thing on out. Still trying to work on everything in the background, and again, race fans, everything clean and clear on our side. So it's kind of a it's kind of one of those confusing things. Looking through all of the computer aspects, looking through all of the production and electronic aspects of things on our end here on the Turn 3 Racing Network in the production booth, everything up to speed. Everything looks nice and clean. Everything looks like it's got the good connections, and everything looks like it's transmitting the information back and forth properly, just like it's supposed to. Just some trouble here tonight. Trouble and frustrations here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. We're going to try to rejoin the track here with less than 20 laps to go. It's going to be close to just 10 laps remaining by the time we're able to rejoin the track here. And we're going to try to bring you these final few moments in tonight's race. And again, to all of the fans out there, all the admin sponsors, and everybody else behind the scenes, we do apologize. And as we've already said, just unfortunately, sometimes things just not panning out. Things sometimes just don't work well with each other. And tonight seems to be one of those nights, but yet again, we do apologize for the issues and for the trouble here tonight. We'll keep trying to work through things on our end, and just like that, we'll go back to the track once again, try to bring you this great racing action here with just a handful of laps remaining here from Michigan International Speedway. We'll rejoin the race with just 15 laps to go. Aaron Kralik leading Isaac Shelley, Jared Talmadge, Ryan Bird, Patrick Hernandez rounding out your top 5. And again, those connection issues still rearing their ugly heads. We're going to have to try to see what it could be. We think we might know. We don't quite want to pin it on that just yet, but it may be a possibility that one of the new features here in iRacing may be causing a little bit of a problem. It was known earlier in this week to be causing some server problems and having some drivers losing the connection. And for myself and the production team here, typically we don't see these issues. Typically we don't have these problems. Solid connections week in, week out. But tonight, some of those new aspects implemented, and we think it may be throwing a little bit of a monkey wrench at us, but nonetheless, we're going to try to continue this thing on out with just 13 laps to go. Morris Bogan trying to make his way a little further inside of the top 10. 2.6 second advantage for this man at the front of the field. The Tide 0-1 of Aaron Kralik looking clean and clear of everybody. He's got 2.6 seconds over Isaac Shelley. Jared Talmadge running back there in third. There you can see here pumping up Clothing Company qualifying award winner running in that third position. He's looking to grab another spot further up through the podium. If he can take second place, that's going to be 2 second place runs in a row for that Fruity Pebbles number 12 of Jared Talmadge. Issues and troubles here tonight, not just ourselves, but we'll rejoin the action trackside with just 10 laps remaining. A hard-pressed fight there with Thomas Green. You can see Green, Ryan Bird, Patrick Hernandez all lined up with each other. This trio of next-gen machines trying to close in on your top 2 drivers, Aaron Kralik and Jared Talmadge. They've got themselves 2.4 seconds. But Talmadge, he's not letting Shelley get by him. Close battle here for that second and third position. Will it be enough to slow them down to where Thomas Green, Ryan Bird, and Patrick Hernandez bring themselves up in the mix? Top 2 runners on the track as we go are non-race winners this season. So with Kralik possibly punching his ticket to the postseason with a race-winning performance here tonight for Michigan International Speedway. That's going to bring things a lot closer in the point standings coming in or going into Phoenix next week, when drivers are going to have to either win in or point their way in to this season's championship, firing off in 3 short weeks at Pocono Raceway, the home of Turn 3 Racing Network headquarters. That's right, up there in Pennsylvania. We'll see how these guys go about it when we hit the tricky triangle in 3 short weeks. But first, we've got to finish out tonight's Michigan 240. Front of the field, showing the way, 1.8 second advantage for Aaron Kralik, your race leader. We're going to drop those timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, see if we can keep things going and alive here tonight for Michigan International Speedway. Some of the battles beginning to go away and beginning to dissipate. This is your closest battle on track besides the 3-car Tango. Back behind him, Thomas Green, Patrick Hernandez, Ryan Bird, all running with each other, 4th, 5th, 6th on the racetrack, all nose to tail as we watch this battle for a second unfold. Crossing the line, we'll have 6 laps to go. Six laps remaining now for Aaron Kralik. He's looking to grab his first race win of the season, running in a solid 2nd place, right where he finished last week. Is Jared Talmadge in that number 12 Fruity Pebbles machine. Talmadge walked away with the pole position, walked away with a race win as well, and he looks to finish off tonight's race with a great podium finish once again. And with 5 laps to go, the 5 phalanges in the air, signifying just 5 laps remaining. Looking at those point standings, Talmadge, one of those drivers that may be in a must-win situation when we hit Phoenix next week. He is outside of your top 10, outside of your top 16. So Talmadge very well may have to walk away with the checkered flag next week. We'll have to wait to see how the points all settle themselves out after tonight's race here at Michigan International Speedway in the Michigan 240, right here for the North American iRacing Stunt Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. Final 4 laps remaining, just 8 miles left in tonight's 240-mile race here from Michigan International Speedway. But your top 2, they are beginning to close in on Kralik. Kralik giving up 4/10 of a second over the course of the past 2 laps. So that's about 4/10 a lap that he's given up to the battle. Still raging on in 2nd and 3rd. Talmadge and Shelley still making their way to your front runner. 1.2 now the race lead. Tell you what, let's go back to this battle real quick. Want to show you these drivers mixing things up. There's Maurice Gamillion, Dylan Walter, and Morris Bogan and Thomas Walter, all battling for positions inside of your top 10. With the final 2 laps now underway, race leader gonna cross the line, and Kralik gonna get the popsicle sticks on display here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Just 2 laps remain. That race lead getting smaller and smaller, almost 4 more tenths knocked off of that gap. Kralik sees the drivers slowly making their way into his rear view mirror. It is just over a 1-second advantage now as we work our way off of turn number 4. Gonna cross the line this time by white flag flies. final lap here at Michigan International Speedway. The KL Customs, 1 to go here from Michigan. What a night, what a run, what a way to bring things to a close, or closer to a close on the regular season. We're going to have a new race winner here in race number 11. That's going to give us 9 different race winners in 11 races this season. My gosh, you can't ask for more. Off of turn 4, crossing the line for the final time. The Tide 01 of Aaron Kralik tops the charts and walks away with the race win. Jared Talmadge in a close second with Isaac Shelley rounding out your top 3. Thomas Green, Patrick Hernandez, Ryan Bird, Maurice Gamillion, Dylan Walterman, Thomas Walter, and Morse Bogan round out your top 10. And race fans, we've had ourselves a ton of commercial breaks and a ton of sponsored comments here tonight. Or commercials, I should say. And unfortunately, we're going to have to step away for yet one final commercial break and get things ready to go for your post-race interviews. But first, it's time for a smoke show on the front stretch. Burn it down. Well-deserved race win, checkered flagged in hand for that 01 of Aaron Kralik. He's going to burn it down for the fans in the stands. Sold out, packed out house here at Michigan International Speedway, and it's a smoke show on the front stretch. Kralik with the checkered flag. And with that being said, race fans, we're going to break for the final time here tonight. Let's get things ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And we return trackside here to Michigan International Speedway at the conclusion of tonight's Michigan 240. What a crazy night it was. For us here in the production booth, particularly, we do appreciate all of the fans out there sticking it out with us here, remaining with us while we try to work out some of the gremlins. And as we've said multiple times here tonight, unfortunately, sometimes these gremlins will rear their ugly heads. There's not much you can do about it, unfortunately. Missing some of the great racing action here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, but we watched some great racing action as well. So with all that being said, let's see if we can't dial up and have a few words with some of the drivers walking away in podium positions here tonight. Let's see if we can't welcome back into the podium spots and into a post-race interview once again. Back on the wheel, back on track, and back in the podium spots. Isaac, Shelley, it's Dave. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, my man. How you doing? How you feeling, number one, with a wheel in your hand?
Feels good. Last 2 weeks were rough, obviously, but my wrists hurt. Oh my gosh, this wheel's a lot bigger than the other one I have, and my left wrist is killing me, but used to it.
Well, man, number one, we're glad you got the wheel situation fixed and figured out. We're glad you're back in the podium. And more importantly, it's going to be right before we get set to have our all-star break and then begin the championship chase. I mean, we still got to get through Phoenix next week. So how do you approach Phoenix? Are we looking at that 98 going all out looking for the race win, or are you going to try to maybe stack a little bit more bonus points for when we kick things off in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at it, we've had a really good season. Obviously, like poles wins, we've had a handful of stage wins, so I think we've racked up a good amount of playoff points. And depending on where we finish in the regular season standings, which obviously the goal is to win that, but I don't know how what the gap is after tonight and after the last 2 weeks with the struggles we've had. But yeah, I think Phoenix is no different than every other race. I think we're just gonna go out and try and win it. I think we're gonna be good there. We were good at Richmond, and I think Richmond is not. They're very different, but you kind of have to take the same to approach. It's a flat track and a lot of braking, patience on the throttle. So I think we will definitely have a shot next week to win. But yeah, I think we'll just keep doing what we've been doing, and we'll end up. I mean, obviously the main goal is to get to the championship round and have a shot to win the championship from there.
Absolutely. Well, Isaac, again, congratulations on your return to the podium. And we'll see how you can go about it at Phoenix. But before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the night, the rest of the weekend, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, Thomas and Jarrett. I think Premier Motorsports had a really good race tonight. Obviously, walking out the front row and leading a bunch of laps and just coming short of the victory. Premier Racing Graphics, JT, everything he does for us. Alex is racing RC cars this weekend. He couldn't make it, but I'm sure he'll be back. Wish him luck there. And sorry, I think my mic cut out there. But yeah, I think that's about it.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on a great return to the podium spots here tonight at Michigan International Raceway and Speedway, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you at Phoenix, and we'll see how you go about it when there's no points on the line at the All-Star race.
All right, man. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, there you go. Final few parting words from that 98 of Isaac Shelley as he returns to the podium after he returns to a wheel. Controller no longer in hand. We're going to have to see if we can't get him some wrist weights to get that wrist a little bit stronger for that new wheel. But nonetheless, that's going to do it for your third place interview. And let's roll right along. Let's talk to the man that walked away at the top spot in qualifying. Let's see if we can't dial up that number 12 Fruity Pebbles driver, Jared Talmadge. Man, how you doing after snatching the podium or the pole position? I apologize. And snatching a stage win and walking away second on the podium for the second week in a row.
Pretty happy. Once disappointed that came up the spot short by less than a second again. But yeah, pretty happy. I think I blew it with the strategy, to be honest, waiting way too long to pit, but we'll take a P2.
Well, Jared, you've had some good finishes as of late. We've got one regular season race remaining next week, Phoenix International Raceway. Do you think you got what it takes inside of that 12 machine to number one, get back to a podium finish, maybe point your way into the championship, or possibly walk away with that first checkered flag of the season?
I hope. Phoenix has been historically one of my not so good tracks on iRacing, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can put in victory lane, and then hopefully that'll be enough to make the playoffs.
Absolutely, my man. Well, again, congratulations on yet another great run for you and your entire crew, walking away with a second place in a row here tonight. So before we let you go here from Michigan, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, shout out teammates Ike and Thomas. Big help there with Thomas letting me go for the stage there, and this guy. Obviously, thank you for putting the broadcast on.
All right, my man. Well, if that's all, we won't keep you around much longer. We'll let you continue on down the line for the rest of the post-race interviews. And once again, congratulations, and we look to see you back at the podium next week at Phoenix.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few parting words from the man that walked away with the pole position, walked away with the stage win, comes up just short. For the second week in a row, Jared Talmadge finishes the night in second. That's going to do it for your podium interviews. Now let's see if we can't get ourselves down to victory lane. Hopping out of that clean tide machine in victory lane, checkered flag in hand for the first time this season. Aaron Kralik, it's Dave. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, man, you finally got it done coming to the end of the year, man. That's got to feel good.
Oh, yeah. It's a really good feeling to get that monkey off my back, finally get that win this year, just before the playoffs, too. So, walked into at least the round of 16, but, man, that felt really good. That feels really good to get that dub.
Yeah, as you said there, you punched your ticket into that round of 16, so you don't have to worry about making the playoffs. But how are you going to approach next week's race at Phoenix Raceway, the final regular season race? Are you going after bonus points, or are you going after another race win?
Well, it's the race that I decided to sponsor, so of course I'm going to go balls to the wall, try to get another dub before the season goes out. If I win there, that'd be incredibly special, since it is dedicated to one of my friends who would have been 21 this year, but she tragically was in a car accident a couple years ago. But I'm hoping to do pretty good there at Phoenix.
Well, Aaron, you did well here tonight. You grabbed the race lead and didn't look back from that moment on, putting yourself into victory lane. You got a mark in the winners column now. You're going to move on to the round of 16. So before we let you go and celebrate this race win and celebrate the night away, would you like to give any final shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final parting words from the driver inside of that tide. 0-1, Aaron Kralik tops the speed charts and walks away with the checkered flag for the first time this season. And that's going to do it for us here at Michigan International Speedway. What a night, what a race here, race fans. My goodness, a little bit of everything, a lot of bit of troubles for us on the iRacing side of things, but nonetheless, we continue to soldier on just like the drivers on track. When they find themselves in trouble, they keep their heads down to keep things moving in the right direction. We stay positive as well. And now, producers hitting those buttons in the background, so it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. Walking away with the checkered flag here in the Michigan 240. At the front of the field, the 01 of Aaron Kralik. Jarrett Talmadge walks away with the pole position, walks away with the stage win, but falls just short. He'll finish back in second for the second week in a row. Isaac Shelley makes his return to the podium. He'll walk away in third. Thomas Green back in fourth. Patrick Hernandez with a solid top 5 showing. Driver moving from the track in sixth is the 49 of Ryan Bird. Maurice Chameleon right there in seventh. Dylan Walterman parks the 75 in the 8th position. 57 of Thomas Walter walks away 9th. 10th tonight, after leading a handful of laps, will be that 36 of Morris Bogan. Adam Westfield back in 11th. 12th place belongs to Dave Bush. James Watson brings his 39 machine home in 13th. 14th tonight belongs to the 7 of Kerry Trebu. Mark Wright brings the Guinness 55 home in 15th. Mark Demon in 16th. 17th belongs to Shane White. Sean Huffstutler with some early troubles. He'll walk away 18th from the Speedway. 19th belongs to the 9 of Matt Mackin. Dakota Moniz has early trouble here tonight as well. That 5 machine walks away with the final spot in the running order in 20th. And that's going to pretty much do it for us. If you haven't already, race fans, you know to join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and appreciation. And as always, drop them that thumbs up. Click subscribe. Smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. So with that being said, we're going to cut off the lights and roll up the cords. Stay safe. Say love, my friends. And until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.